So you have missed 2 months of your off season. And so maybe you're looking at the calendar and you're seeing 8 weeks before your team hits training camp and you're thinking, that's okay, I'll train twice as hard. I'll make up that time. But that is gonna backfire on you big time. The truth is, your body doesn't work that way. So, we're not gonna panic. We're gonna go through exactly what you need to do if you only have 8 weeks before the puck drops on the season. Let's make a tea and then we'll chat about it. Okay, this is the exact process I'd walk you through if, let's just say you are a goalie that's just reached out to me in a panic, you've realized you've kind of frittered away the off season. Maybe you've even just been like going to the gym doing something, but you haven't been following a program and you're not really feeling any results on the ice. This is exactly what I'd walk you through, exactly what you will do in the remaining 8 weeks to get maximum benefit without completely crushing your body. It's not ideal, but all we can do is take the time that we have left and make the absolute most of it. Here's the truth about adaptation. We don't actually get stronger and faster when we're doing our training. We get all that when we're getting recovery in between workout bouts. So we can't work twice as hard to make up for lost time, or we can't miss our workouts on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then do 3 workouts a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just physiologically as animals, we don't work like that. Strength, speed, stamina, they all require time for your actual structures, your body structures to change, for your muscles to get thicker, to add more sarcomere units, for your brain and your muscles to learn how to work together, for your capillary density to increase, mitochondrial density to increase. Those all take time and we can't will them. It's like having a broken bone and really like trying to make it heal faster. There's a time that it takes for your body to make these processes. What happens when athletes are trying to catch up for whatever reason and they try to do more work in a short period of time is they get into what's called overreaching. So even if they're doing the right things, but too much of it, what happens is they end up building fatigue, getting slower, increasing the risk of injury. So what could happen if that's you trying to make up for lost time? You could hit training camp feeling tired, actually being slower, actually having less stamina, and dramatically increasing your risk of an injury. I think we've covered this off, but just to draw a line underneath it, doing more is not the answer. Doing what matters the most is. And are we gonna miss out on some things? Are we gonna be a little bit behind, I guess, for lack of a better word? Yes, we are. But are we going to be miles and miles ahead of where we are this very minute? Yes, indeed. So let me break it down for you. Hey, anybody know this place, Parks and Rec? Tell me if you've ever been there. It's one of my favorite places. It's gone now, but it's one of my favorite spots. First time we ever went there, they had this like special like brioche French toast and something. And Paul and I both ate so much, we literally felt sick to our stomachs, but we both agreed we would do it again in a heartbeat. It was that good. So there's some honey. And I use half and half cream in my tea because it just, well, tastes creamy. So anyone from the UK, you tell me if I'm right or wrong on this, but I do not squeeze the tea bag at all. I feel like that's bad form. I feel like it makes the tea bitter. Is that right? Oh, delicious. And I like the Twinings Earl Grey. Or a nice red rose. That's really all. Nothing fancy. Okay, let's get back to training. Let's go through this 8 weeks and zoom in on what you need to do. So if we look at mobility, your strength, you might hear Oslo licking various parts of her in the background. Sounds a little rude, but it's natural. She's a dog. Then we go stamina. Oh, she's self-conscious now. She stopped. And speed. So if you're in like Game Winning Goalie Formula, Varsity Goalie Academy, even the Beer League Boot Camp, this will correspond with your phases. Obviously, if you're in Game Winning Goalie Formula, put a message in the questions for Maria thread and I'll help you get on track. I'm not gonna be mad, it's fine. And if you're in Turning Pro, then you're not off track at all because we've been keeping up with things. So we're gonna go, this will be your first 2 weeks. So week 1 and week 2. Week 1 and week 2. This is where we're gonna start. And this is where there's gonna be a lot of mistakes because you feel panicked, as you should, but panicking, as in most occasions, isn't gonna help. So we need to be strategic about it. So if you listen to nothing else, please do this. Your mobility is going to be, this is gonna be an easy one. I'll get a different colored pen just to make it pop, as it were. This is gonna be all the time, 5 to 6 mob workouts per week. And those are specific mobility modules. It's not stretching in front of the TV like Oslo is right now. And it's not just like trying to get the splits. It's like working on that strategic plan. So self-myofascial release, some static stretching, then things like FRC techniques, Eldoa, PRI, all those things go in there. So again, strategic. We're not just gonna be doing stuff, we're gonna be doing the right things and the things that are gonna really pay dividends on the ice. Oslo, can you not lick the camera tripod? I appreciate it, honey. You're my favorite. I love you. I love you, honey bear. Okay. Strength. I think I would like this to be 3 full body routines. So if you're a Game Winning Goalie Formula, Varsity Goalie Academy or whatever, this is your May workouts or your phase 1 workout. So that's, so you know where to look in your training plan. 3 full bodies. We could do upper, lower, but I'd probably want to chat with you about that first. Stamina, you're going to be doing 2. Speed, they're going to be 2. These are going to be foundation. And it depends a little bit what you've been doing so far. Like if you've been, maybe you've been playing soccer or something, you've been doing quite a bit of ground-based agility, running, changing direction, then maybe I would have a little bit different plan here for this. So again, if you're in Game Winning Goalie Formula, just put a note in the questions for Maria thread and we'll figure it out for you. But otherwise, we need to build that foundation because if we just start doing the way I do stamina training, which is agility-based stamina training, and you start ripping around on that, you're gonna get shin splints, plantar fasciitis, patellofemoral pain, and that's gonna derail everything. And we do not have time to be derailed. So that's what so you'll be doing May workouts, phase 1 training. I made videos about what phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 have all been published now. Phase 4 will be coming because we're not there yet. But 5 to 6 mobilities, 3 full body lifts, which I think is the right way to go. But maybe for some of you an upper lower split. Staminas are gonna be 2 foundational stamina workouts. Hey. And then 2 foundational speed workouts. So a foundational speed workout would be, working on deceleration, working on things like hockey stop, knee punch. But yeah, a lot of absorption and a lot of changing direction. So that is week 1 and 2. Oh, I could leave that on. So if you're in Game Winning Goalie Formula, Varsity Goalie Academy, these will be your June workouts or phase 2. So 5 to 6 mobilities, that's just gonna be standard all the way through. Then now your strength depends a bit on your schedule. So again, it's a conversation we could have, but I would do upper, lower split. So that might be, like upper might be Monday and Thursday, and lower might be Tuesday and Friday. That's what I mean by upper lower split. And then your stamina, it's still gonna be 2 times per week. but it's going to be a little bit nastier, not as nasty as it will be in the next phase. And it's going to depend a little bit how much you're on the ice. So I'm thinking here you're going to be on the ice 1 to 2 times per week, and that those will be good skates. Your speed 2 times per week, and now we're getting more explosive, and we're really getting the deceleration and acceleration, and this is where some of your foundational plyometrics are going to come in. We're not doing too much neural complexity. That will come in the next phase, but we are starting to introduce like a few asymmetrical patterns, but a lot of symmetrical patterns, just working on rate of force development, which I talked about in the video I did phase 2 and phase 3. I talked about it a little bit, so you can always check that out there. So that is week 3, 4, and 5, which brings us to weeks 6, 7, and 8. And we are going to be doing July workouts or phase 3 workouts in this block. Is this ideal? No. We would love to be working on peak power production at this time of the off season, but that's a luxury that we don't have. So we're going to make the most of it, and we can still work explosive power when the season starts. We have to do it in a different way, but we can still do that. We can still capitalize those benefits as the season starts. So we're not going to worry about it right now. Again, not ideal and not what you want to do, but if you have to, you can. Mobility is the same, 5 to 6, and that's going to be all year long, so just the same. The strength, this is going to depend. Personally, I think I like a 3-day full body routine at this point, because most of you are going to be on the ice more. So if you're on the ice, let's say you're on the ice 4 times. Okay, let's just say that because for you this is going to be like August. So you're on the ice 4 times a week. In that case, you're going to be doing full body. And if you're, like, say you're in turning pro and you're like, oh, I'm not doing full body workouts in August. I know, because it's custom designed for you and what you need. But this is for just you guys. So we'll go 3 full body workouts. And then your stamina is going to drop off, your off ice stamina. So we'll take it to either 0 to 1 per week. 0 to 1. But if you're doing this one, is going to be nasty McNasty. It's going to be, so there's going to be acceleration, deceleration, change of direction. There's going to be isometric holds. There's going to be rate of force production. There's going to be power production under fatigue, and they just won't be very fun at all. But you'll be happy you did them when the season starts. And then speed is still going to be 2 times a week. And in all these phases, speed is just like a 20 to 30 minute workout. It's not fatiguing. It's muscularly, it's relatively easy. It's hard on your brain because you're so focused. But on a rating of perceived exertion, it's going to be like a 4 to a 6 out of 10. Do not discount or neglect this mobility piece. This is when specific hip mobility is key. And I don't mean at the end, I mean through this 8 weeks. This is going to be one of your most important things that you can do to get yourself in a position where you're ready to play and reducing your risk of injury. So if you're like, well, I don't even know what to do, go to the link in the description. There's a program called the Butterfly Challenge. It's a 14-day program. You can keep doing it for longer, but it specifically targets helping you get a wider butterfly flare and unlocking your hips in a strategic way, so that it also, not only are you moving better on the ice, but you're reducing your risk of injury. So that's a no-brainer out of everything. It's free, if I didn't mention that already, and you'll be shocked at how much better your hips feel. And most goalies get sort of a 2 to 5 inch wider butterfly flare. Even a 2 inch wider flare is enough to keep a puck out of the net. So it's a significant change. Oslo just got back from daycare. We call it Fight Club because they go hard. And so she's absolutely crushed. In an ideal world, you started your off-season training 2 months ago. But in reality, if we only have 8 weeks, this is exactly what to do. You're not going to panic. you're going to be strategic. You can still make huge gains before the puck drops on your training camp and your season. And so you want to arrive there with energy, with some functional strength, your hips feeling great, good stamina. We can kind of build the rest a little bit in the early phases of the in-season. So maybe that's something we can talk about later on. Maybe you'll drop a comment if you want me to make a video about that as well. Hey, my off-season didn't go according to plan. How can I kind of build the parachute on the way down once the season started? You let me know. The key, as always, is structure, not chaos, and focusing on what matters, not guessing, or not just picking something because it looks cool or it's hard. Follow the plan, let it work, show up for camp ready and feeling really positive about the work you've put in, the structure that you followed, the discipline that you've had. And if you're just like, I don't even know where to start, and you are feeling a little bit panicked, something like the Game Winning Goalie Formula is exactly what you need, because it's a group coaching program, so that helps keep the costs down from what turning pro private coaching would cost. But also it gives you direct access to me. It's online training, but we can figure out, hey, what's the best starting point for you and where should you progress? And then once the season starts, how are you gonna fit into that? So I'll put a link in the description of how we can work together if that's something that you're looking for. If you know that you don't have the luxury of guessing and not showing up as prepared as you could be, then it's definitely worth having a conversation. And if it's not the right fit, I'll tell you that too, it's okay. So that is your 8-week blueprint. Not gonna panic, we're gonna take action. I love you guys. I will catch you next week, same bat time, same bat channel.